Welcome in then to the latest edition of Extra Time. Thank you very much for your tweets. Ali's with us, so there's Craig. Most of the tweets are for you, Stevie, to be honest.
Good. Fantastic.
First, no, not yet. We'll do the photo later. Max Bretos, how is Stevie holding up?
I'm not happy, no. I was very frustrated.
But you were angry before the game, and then you watched the game with us for like a minute and had to go on your own and watch it.
Is that where you sat at my desk?
Yes,
I was.
Yeah.
Why?
Because he couldn't work.
Because my telly doesn't work, that's why.
Well, don't sit at my desk again, right? I saw somebody sat at my desk, I knew that when I'd come in.
Frustrated, I'll tell you what, frustrated.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Best team won, though, didn't they?
What's Max's
Is that your best line?
disappointment that Christian Pulisic's never came on?
Yes, he's playing
Somebody's got to tell Max that he's not actually...
anti-American.
He's like, oh, he just hates Americans.
Interesting about Stevie's behavior today, right?
So
he brings in his lunch, and he was very exact with his lunch.
Yes.
I mean, there was no wasted movement there.
No.
Everything was so organized. And he puts it away, the game starts, and then it all went.
Yeah, then he's gone.
It all went. The control was gone.
It's actually your fault.
Why?
Because you annoyed me as soon as you came in.
Yes.
What did I do?
He did, didn't he? It was him. I was fine till he walked in, wasn't I?
Well, I just wanted the other screen on, so we got.
No,
so I
and
could
then you
see.
wanted the audio.
Yeah, I wanted the audio. You got angry at the audio being on.
Yeah, you got up my nose.
Oh, there we go. At least that's changed. Now, Stevie, just remind us what you said about Hocus Pocus during the week.
That was yesterday.
Well, there's nothing hocus pocus about this. You got a goalkeeper that stands on your head. You got a team that can't put the ball in the back of the net.
There's so many questions about your Stevie. Hocus Pocus won tonight, says one person.
No, Hocus Pocus
the next
didn't win at all.
person, the next person says Stevie still think Real Madrid won with Hocus Pocus. That was the way you said the only way they were going to win.
It wasn't. It's things that happen in football that we've seen time and time again.
Right.
Like Benzema only scores tap-ins.
Yeah, exactly. Particularly cup finals.
Robbo just sent me that. Text me.
Robbo. I'm going to say Robbo a video of that game. Don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah. He was at
Real Madrid
then he gave it, I was at the game.
The best one was he was at the game, but he was watching Real Madrid. So whenever Liverpool were the ball, not watching.
So, as you try to say during the game, the camera wasn't on the ball. What does that mean?
It is you. Goodness knows what feed you might be watching.
Lots of off-the-ball movement and that you didn't see.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
How much of this final win did Madrid owe to Robbo's croissant? That was a strange challenge between the two.
Well,
basically, you would have seen this. Robbo and Frank Leboeuf.
You're the lucky one, by the way.
And whoever made the best croissant was the person that was going to win the Champions League.
Well,
here it is.
That's exactly the reason why I didn't watch.
Well,
but they didn't even they didn't bake the croissant.
Well, that's it.
Ali and I had to sit through this.
Yes, the first complaint is the fact that they did not bake the croissant, so you objectively cannot even taste the croissant to say which one was better or not.
So who was it between?
Robbo and Frank.
Yeah, but that's unfair.
Why?
Frank's French.
Robbo won.
Yeah, Robbo won.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't know anything about football. So imagine, he's just watched that game. So he's all right with croissants. He'll be coming over soon, won't he? He's on a flight. Deny his visa. He's not coming in. He's on a canoe now, coming over.
I love angry.
As long as Gab's on the back of it might get you in time.
Stevie, did Trent cost Liverpool the Champions League? Is it time he starts to learn proper defending?
Oh, you can't say that. If
Courtois cost him.
Yeah, if Courtois doesn't make so many great saves, or the shots he did save are just slightly wider and they go in the net, you can't put it on Alexander-Arnold. The fact is, he lost the goal, and if he had been a little bit more alive, he could have prevented it. But you can't turn around and put that on somebody. Not at all.
Ali, should Carlo Ancelotti now be recognised as the best coach in the world, getting more accomplished with less than any other coach?
Wait. Okay. I can understand the question as to whether Carlo Ancelotti may be the best manager in the world or not, but to say that he's making sort of ends meet with Real Madrid is really, really underestimating the quality, individual quality of Real Madrid players.
Benzema, Modric, are they really that?
Yeah, I mean, are they? Is Courtois probably the best goalkeeper in the world right now? I think the genius of Ancelotti is recognizing the group that he has understanding how he can relate to a group that has won so much, and yet he can motivate and get the very best of these players when it counts the most, to execute in moments of pressure. And this team has done that time and time again this season.
Any love for Marcelo, who may have played his last game for Madrid?
Well, he didn't play.
He didn't play.
So no love.
What's the
But they
point?
did say who's just played his last game, who may have played his last game for Madrid, like a couple of weeks ago. Whenever
Yeah,
it was
15 years I heard. I
against
didn't
Levante.
realise it'd been that long.
Yeah.
15 years
Yes, yeah.
at that club.
Yeah.
But then you still
Pretty good.
You still need somebody like him, though.
Just in
That's
the,
why.
in
That's
the-
why. That's why Xavi brought
Dani Alves.
Dani Alves back.
Right.
You know, Marcelo might not be playing. Might not be. He might be past his best.
Right.
But I mean, obviously we don't know him, but his character comes across as somebody you want to be around all the time. And so when things are not going well, which they don't always, you need people like him, not just because of his character, but because of his
But
experience.
as a player, do you want to be a cheerleader? Is there a point you're like, no, I still want to play?
Dan, there's a difference between being a cheerleader and being one of the older players that makes a difference with the younger guys.
But what about a player who doesn't play?
Well, listen, he realised he wasn't given much else when he played against Villarreal and Chukwueze run past him for about the 55th time in 45 minutes. He knew it was like, you know, it's just like, listen, if I have to play a part here,
Right.
I will. But I've done my bit, you know, and I want to be good in the dressing room.
There's two ways. There's two ways that old professionals that have been so successful like him go. One is you become the guy in the dressing room that brings up along the young guys but keeps everything bobbling. And particularly when it's not going as the way it should be, you're just keeping everything, keeping things together. But you get other old guys who it's all about them because they're not playing.
Right.
And they're hanging on. And they might have had another year's contract when they shouldn't have because of their name. So there's two ways you can go when you're in Marcelo's position.
Right.
And he chose the right way, but the best way. Particularly for you ask Ancelotti. I'll bet you Ancelotti's got Ancelotti! Hey! Carlo!
He can't talk her now. He's up giving Robbo the money.
Yeah.
Say Real Madrid were great.
This trophy shine or whatever.
I bet you Ancelotti's glad he's there. Big time.
If I may say about Marcelo, the early days of Marcelo in Real Madrid, let's not forget that he's coming in and Roberto Carlos had been playing left back for Real Madrid. A much bigger name, world-class name. In comes Marcelo into a club like Real Madrid, and then he's being able to achieve the things that he has achieved. There's something to be said about a special career, and he has had one.
Any reports at the moment from Paris that there's a well-dressed Englishman with a bald head roaming the streets,
Angry.
intimidating the locals?
Mumbling to himself.
They've disconnected the microphone.
He's still holding the ESPN mic. It's a bit of promo, you know, you can't help that. Talking into it, and still nobody can hear him.
The level of anger got so high that he was two-handing. It was a two-handed hole on the microphone. I will never let go.
It was a half thought when Alexis, but he was going to grab it. I mean, I thought, you know, been easier to use Frank's, but it was a bit coming anyway.
Frank was too busy thanking the assistant coach. Craig, how good was Liverpool's season with just 4 defeats in 63 games?
No, it was look, last year they came back from a season where Van Dijk was out with the cruciate. You didn't know how he was going to come back. You know, you're never guaranteed to come back as the same player. It just doesn't always happen like that. So they had horrendous injuries. So we weren't sure how it was going to work out. When you put all that in the melting pot, apart from the odd result here and there, including tonight's, it was a brilliant season. It could have been better though.
Should we cheer you up, Stevie?
Come on.
Should we take you back to what happened earlier in the week?
Go on.
Did you see with the photo?
No. Wasn't the one with his shaven head, was it?
No, it wasn't his shaven head photo.
Is that a new photo?
Look at this.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Where are you there?
That's not all mine.
Well, it looks like.
I know.
How many people were at the meal?
2. It's just the angle of the picture.
Oh.
I see. So what was yours?
Mine was a New York strip.
No, what was the food that we're seeing now? Which wasn't yours?
No, that was his starter.
Obviously, let me tell you something. We took half of that home.
Right.
So don't try and insinuate to scoff the lot. I had a New Hot strip, right, with some cognac sauce.
Okay, well done, obviously.
It's a very British thing to do, though, isn't it? When you go out for a meal, you take a picture of it.
No.
It's like going to restaurants where the food's got pictures.
See, it's very easy when you don't know the full story.
So what's the story? Why
The
is somebody
story
taking a picture of you?
I'll tell you what the story is.
Here we go.
We were babysitting for my son last week.
And he wanted to see how
And
much.
he, as a thank you,
Right.
gave us a gift card for
Oh
that
my
restaurant.
God! There we go. I knew it was a case. I knew you wouldn't have paid for
Sorry.
it. Of course, it was a freebie.
So sorry.
So when you took it home, you got 5 meals out of the gift card.
How can I spend? So he went to where'd they go? The dollar restaurant. So the dollar restaurant. He went with 200 and he got like 18 steaks.
Eleanor, 3 weeks, we're sorted. Come on.
And see that New York strip there or whatever it was? It's been bonfired.
It was very nice.
Even see that knife he was holding?
Yeah.
It broke trying to get through the steak.
I kind of think, well, why was he looking so happy? It was free. It was free.
Of course it was free.
That's how we got there.
See, Stevie, I just thought that you enjoyed the steak. That's fine.
Steak was fantastic.
Well, it wasn't. Did it have the shoe print of the chef on it after you told him to have it well done?
Yeah. They branded it for me.
That is a classic line. I should have seen that coming. I've heard it somebody said, I had a voucher. Of course it freaking...
Have you told him next time just give us the cash?
But at least he's bought you a voucher for a place. Because remember he bought you a voucher for the place that was Nouvelle Cuisine? And you weren't happy?
And by the way, don't worry, I told them.
Small portions, wasn't it?
Small portions.
By the way, don't ever.
Is that it? Are we done? That is it. ESPN FC will be back on your
Oh,
screens
Robbo.
tomorrow. Don't you London?
I love
We're going to get angry.
Somebody else is angry.
You were very diplomatic as well.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, from my point of view,
You shouldn't have just gone.
At that point, there wasn't a lot of decorum.
We'll be back tomorrow. Be sure to join us. Have a
I was at the game.
Nottingham Forest. We're not at the game.
What? Oh, we're not.
there must have been another ball there.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.